Happy Wednesday, guys. Today we are talking about a couple of things with the settings of your ActivPanel. First up is the touch sounds that you may notice playing when you have your volume turned up. And if those are kind of annoying to you or a little too loud to your liking, you can turn them off. So what am I talking about first of all? So let me open up the unified menu. You'll notice when I click the locker, you can hear that popping in the background. And if I go to open Chrome, it makes that popping noise again. The second thing I want to talk about, and I'm kind of just showing you the noises that you may be hearing before we talk about how to turn them off, is the keyboard clicks. So anytime you go to type somewhere, by default, the keyboard sound is on, very much like the keyboard on your cell phones. So if I'm talking about meteorology with my students, as I'm typing that, the keyboard sounds are very loud. Yes, you could just turn the volume down, but if you'd rather not have any of those at all, we can turn them off. So let's chat about doing that. So I'm going to take us back home by going in my unified menu and back home. First thing we're going to do is the popping touch noises. So I'm going to go into Locker, into my settings app, and I'm going to go under audio. In audio, there's the option to turn off the touch sounds. And then now you'll notice we're not hearing that anymore as we go and click around. As far as the keyboard clicks, okay, so I'll start us back at square one so you know where we are again. I'm going to go into my Locker. Yay for no more of that popping sound. Into the settings again. And this time I am going to scroll down and find System. Now this one's a few more steps here, so bear with me. Under System, you're going to go to Languages and Input. Then you're going to go to Virtual Keyboard. Click Android Keyboard. This is probably the only option you see here. I actually have a keyboard app downloaded, which is why I see two, but click the Android keyboard. Preferences, and then finally, Sound on Key Press. Turn that off. Now when we go to type, we won't get all that noise from the keyboard wherever that's popping up. I know that can be a little bit distracting. My preference is to have it off. What else? Okay, I'm going to take us back home and let's talk about setting the default browser. So let's say that in your Locker, your school has access to the Google Play Store and you've downloaded other browsers like Chromium or Firefox or something other than, Chrome, not Chromium, or Firefox, something other than Chromium that's the default browser. And you notice when you're opening things, they keep opening in Chromium, but you want them in Chrome or whatever that browser is. So if you go into your settings, go under your apps, choose default apps, and then browser app. Here you'll see any browsers you have downloaded. You can see that I only have Chrome and Chromium, but I want mine to default to Chrome. I use Google much more than I do Microsoft or anything that might involve Edge or Firefox. So I want this to be my default browser. So anything opens, it opens in Chrome. So if I click there, that will set that as the default and now I'm good. If I ever want to switch it back, I just simply come in and click. My mouse is not wanting to be friendly with us today. Let me tap it with my finger and I can switch those back and forth. While we're on the subject of apps, I'm going to go back to this app page in the settings before we clicked on default apps and talk about uninstalling. So you know that you get them from Google Play Store, but if you ever download them and don't end up needing them or from year to year you decide you're not using them, go in and you can uninstall ones you're not using. This is a great idea so that it doesn't keep up space or take up space on your device, very much like apps take up space on your phone or programs take up space on your computer. So let's say that my school is actually switching from using Google Classroom as the LMS to moving to Canvas. And so now I don't need the Classroom app. I can click it and then choose uninstall. So that is how you remove apps. And then my last tidbit I'll leave you with is talking about safely removing your jump drive. So if you are using a jump drive with the panel, and you probably already know if you've been using one that you go to your Locker, go to your files, and that's how you access your documents from your jump drive. So you can see mine here is M. Markerson. I'm going to select that. And then once I'm in this space, after I'm done, you access your documents from your jump drive. So you can see mine here is M. Markerson. I'm going to select that. And then once I'm in this space, after I'm done using it for the day, if I want to remove it so I can take it home with me and put more on it, up in the top right-hand corner, the three dots, storage settings, and then you have the option to eject. There is another way of doing this if you prefer. You'll find it in your locker, back in that settings app again, but this time it's going to be under storage. And then you'll see portable storage and the option to eject. And when you hit that, it'll tell you it's safely removed and you can take that out from the panel. So just some tips to help you with your settings and preferences of your panel. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.